Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my July beauty favorites. I'm so excited for July to get here because it is my birthday month, so we have a lot going on in that month. And it's also my sister's birthday, so yeah, July is just a very exciting month for me. But yeah, like August is like here. Like that is insane. Like I was at the mall yesterday and I was walking past Bath and Body Works and White Barn, and they have all of their fall candles up in the display up front, and all of the fall like candle holders and like plug-ins to the wall. And I just had a little field day. Like I had to stand and smell everything because I'm so excited for fall to get here. It is my favorite time of the year, and I'm sure I share that same emotion and feeling with a bunch of other people out there. So yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I guess I'll just start off with brushes because I have majority, well I guess I have the same amount of sprays as I do brushes. So we'll just start with brushes. Okay, well the first brush that I want to talk about is this guy. And I know I have mentioned him in a few of my videos, but I have never like talked about him. I've just been like, this is my favorite brush, and that is that. Okay, so this brush right here, you guys, is amazing for foundation because it's flat. It's just a flat kabuki brush for when I love flat kabuki brushes for my foundation. But this is just, it's not too dense, it's not too loose. It is like the perfect amount of density, and I don't know, it's just, the handle is not too big. Like nothing about this brush is bad. It doesn't shed, it cleans really nicely. I just love this brush, and it's like $2 or $3. Yeah, this brush is $2.99 at Walgreens. Like that is insane, and it is my absolute favorite way to apply my foundation, and my favorite way to apply foundation. Wait, what? Did I just say the same thing twice? Anyways, moving on. Okay, and then another brush I want to talk about is also Wet n Wild. I mean, Wet n Wild carries some of my favorite brushes. Like, don't sleep on them, guys, because they are coming up. So this is just the brush right here that I use to contour my nose. And the reason I love this so much for contouring my nose is because, for one, it's flat. I put my hand in front of it. I don't know if you can see that. It's flat, but it's not too flat to where it's gonna make like a stick straight line. The reason I like this so much is all I have to do is like dip it in my bronzer, and then like when I'm doing my nose contour, it just like blends it out for me while I'm doing it. So it's like kind of tapered, I guess. These bristles down here on the side are just a teeny bit shorter. So when I'm applying it, I just like go over it a few times, and it already blends it out for me. So it just does like the perfect thickness of a nose contour that I could ask for. Like it's not too skinny to where it's going to be like stick straight. It's going to leave a line. It's not going to be able to be blended out. This is just like the perfect brush for nose contouring. I just don't know what else to say about it. I love it. Okay, and then another brush I want to talk about is from Morphe, and it's super dirty right now because I used it today. But this is the E22. The way I like to use this brush. Okay, so I got it just because I went on the Morphe website and I just like was ordering some brushes. I was just doing like a little brush haul, and when I got it, I didn't really use it because I had a bunch of other brushes, like eye brushes, that I like to use, and I just never went for this brush. Like I just never saw myself grabbing for this brush. So I was like, I mean, it's a Morphe brush, so I know it's good. Like I want to be able to use it for something. Well, like I said in my previous video, I have been doing my brows a teeny bit differently. I have been, not in the last video, but I have been filling them in first, carving them out, and then doing my foundation. And I never thought I was going to be that girl that did that. But everyone else does it, and everyone's brows just look so good when they do that. So I was like, let me try. It does. It makes your brows look 10 times better. So I tried it. I loved it. Okay, so the way I like to use this brush is I always do my eyeshadow first before my foundation. So the way I like to use this brush is I'll put concealer on my eyes, and I'll buff the concealer out on my lid with this brush. I used to just use my finger, but it does such a more even application when I use this brush, if that makes sense. Like when I did my finger, it's like it would pick up some of the product, and like I could put my finger like on my lid, and like you could see like once I took my finger off like where my finger was, it was like taking the product off my lid, and this just buffs it out so nicely. So that is the way I like to use this brush, and it is amazing. And again, if I didn't mention, it is the E22 from Morphe. Okay, and the lash brush that I want to talk about is, I sound like I said lash brush. Okay, and the last brush that I want to talk about is from Tarte. And I know I have spoken about this guy in a few of my videos, but he just needs to make another debut because he's just that good. This is the Airbrushed Flawless Finish Kabuki brush. Oh, I always try to get that name right. I know it's got the airbrushed Kabuki brush, maybe? I don't know. It is the Airbrush, some kind of brush, Kabuki brush from Tarte. Wow. Okay, so the way I like to use this guy is when I talked about him in my February favorites, I had just started to apply my foundation with him, and that's the way I talked about this guy in my February favorites. But when you apply your foundation with this, it does it super, super sheer. And in the wintertime, like February, that's okay with me because my freckles aren't as heavy and as pigmented and just there as they are in the summertime, because the sun just makes them pop. I don't want to talk about it. It pisses me off. I hate my freckles, but we're just gonna move past that. So in the winter and the fall, where my freckles are like almost not even noticeable, I'm okay with this applying my foundation sheer. But in the summertime, when I want to cover up my freckles, this does not quite do the job. I will go to my flat top Kabuki brush for that. But for this guy right now, I love him to apply powder, like when I powder my whole face, because he is just so big and fat and like dense. Like, you would love this brush if you would want to like apply a powder foundation over top of your liquid foundation, because he's so dense that he will give some great coverage. But I don't use powder foundation. I only use a translucent powder to set my face. So I just love picking up powder and just like, I dab it like twice on one cheek and once on my forehead, and I'm done setting my face. Like, it is like the greatest brush to apply, because when you stamp him, he is very dense, but he opens up. So like, it's just like, oh, it just applies your powder so nicely. It doesn't leave like excess powder on your face or anything. You don't have to like dust it off. He is amazing for that, and you need to pick him up because he is. Okay, so now we are gonna move on to sprays. I have 3 setting sprays to talk about and 1 perfume. Well, I don't really know if you can count this as a setting spray, but I'm just going to put him into this setting spray category. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. You guys, I honestly don't know what I did in my life before I had this guy. He is so nourishing and refreshing. Like, every morning I wake up, I go wash my face, I go brush my teeth, I come right to my vanity and spray this guy on my face, because especially in the summertime, oh my god, it just feels so good. Because my skin, I know a lot of people are like, your skin is drier in the winter, and that is true, but you're also out in the sun and at the beach in the summertime, which also dries your skin out. Like, my like, if I have a breakout, it is so much more dry around my breakout during the summertime than it is in the wintertime. I don't know if that's weird, but my skin is dry in the summer. And just him having aloe and rose water, he is just everything to me. And I don't know what I would do without him. This is for all skin types, by the way. The way the Mario Badescu skincare line is they have stuff for combination, or you can get stuff for all skin types, or you can get stuff for sensitive, or you can get stuff for sensitive and oily, or you can get stuff for combination and sensitive, like whatever. This obviously says all on it, but for instance, my cucumber cleansing lotion says C and O on it. It says C and O on it right there for combination and oily. So whatever the letter is on it, it's for that, and it can be multiples. So this is the one for all skin types. Okay, another spray I want to talk about, I'm super excited to talk about, because I don't think I've ever showed him in a video. I might have used him in my last, I used him in my last video. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Once again, guys, in the summertime, I need that hydration, and this guy gives it to me. He gives it to me good. It's silicone-free, alcohol-free, and oil-free. And there's no, I mean, I spray this on my skin, I spray this to prime my face, and I am good to go. You will not see a dry piece of skin on my face. Another spray I want to talk about is a setting spray. And it's from Lacie. You guys knew what I was going to say, didn't you? This is the Make It Last setting spray, Prime, Correct, and Set. 16-hour wear. I don't necessarily know. I mean, clearly, I have used the heck out of this guy. He is down to here. Like, I need to go purchase a new one very soon. I'm not sure it makes your makeup last for 16 hours because, for one, I don't wear my makeup for 16 hours. But he just has a great mist. Like, I'm not going to spray him because I'm almost out. But the mist that this spray has is just so, like, it doesn't, like, shoot at you. It doesn't, like, drench everything around you. Like, you don't, I don't know, just the nozzle on it. Like, you just have to press, and just this fine, amazing mist comes out and just, like, settles on your face so very nicely. I mean, this is my favorite spray. I have the MAC Fix Plus, and that, I mean, I love that setting spray, don't get me wrong, but that is just more to make your makeup look dewy, not so much to set your makeup. So when I saw this guy with 16-hour wear, I was like, yes. I mean, it definitely does make my makeup last, but I don't know if it's for 16 hours. I might have to do a video on this spray to see if it actually makes my makeup last for 16 hours. Just a thought. Okay, and the last spray that I want to talk about is a perfume. And this is the new Victoria's Secret Aqua Kiss fragrance mist. It's like, I'm assuming it's in like their summer collection of mists. You guys, this spray. Oh, it just smells like summer. Okay, so the fragrance type is fresh, and the notes are rain-kissed freesia and daisy. I will have that linked in the bottom bar because I don't know if I'm saying freesia right, but it literally looks like freesia. So I'm assuming I'm spelling it right. I mean, saying it right. So those are the notes, just a rain-kissed freesia and daisy. And it's very, very fresh. I just wish you guys were here to smell it. Oh, it smells so freaking good. If you have not already picked up this, you should. By the way, Victoria's Secret is having a sale right now. All of their body mists that are 8.4 fluid ounces, the big ones, the big mamas, are only $6, including the lotions. All of the mists and lotions are only $6 right now. I don't know how much longer that sale will be going on. But if you're looking to pick up that mist or a mist from Victoria's Secret, now is the time to do it because they are originally $18 and they're on sale for $6. So I would get in there and get it, girl. I would get it. Okay, so a bronzer that I want to talk about is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know that I have talked about this guy in a video. Obviously, I have used this in my videos before, but I don't think I talked about him in a favorites. Especially for the summertime, this bronzer is so amazing. Not only because it's a really great color, because right now, I'm not too dark to where this won't show up on me, because it does, but I go in with another bronzer and then I go in with this on top for the smell, and just the vibe that it gives me is just so amazing. I just love this guy. He smells amazing. They have blushes that are out too that smell amazing. So yes, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. Love. Okay, 2 lip products that I want to talk about are, one of them, you guys have seen this before, but I have just been loving him so much in the month of July. I like can't keep my hands off of him. Just because he has a great color, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about him so you guys can be like, shh, we want to know. This is the NYC Lip Lacquer in the shade 100. This guy is just such a perfect nude, just everyday peach. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it kind of right there. It doesn't have too much pink. It doesn't have too much nude. It doesn't have too much peach. It is literally just the perfect color to nude out any lipstick that you want. I am wearing him today on top of something that I will talk about next. And he's kind of thicker, so it's not like you put him on and he's gone. The formula is a lot thicker. Obviously, it's a lip lacquer, so he does give some coverage, and the price is right, and I just love him. So what I'm wearing underneath that is a ColourPop lippy stick, and this is in the shade Westy. It is a matte lippy stick, and he is very, very pink, as you will see in a second. Very, very purple lilac pink, and with him on top makes the lip that I'm wearing right now, and I have been loving this combination in the month of July, like absolutely loving, because it just, I hate when I do that. Why? I stuck my finger in my lip swatches. It just makes you look so open and fresh and young and youthful, and I just love this lip combination to death. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about, certainly not least, I definitely saved the best for last. I want to talk about the Jaclyn Hill palette. Yes, I had to put this in my July favorites. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I got this guy on July like 8th. And I absolutely have not put this palette down since. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This palette is just so universal. You can do so many looks with it. And, I mean, can we just talk about this? Can we just talk about how cute she is? Like, are you kidding me? Jaclyn, you slay my life. There's nothing else I can say about it. She is just amazing. Like, honestly, who would work so hard on a palette? I mean, I know it has her name on it, and she is so, like, open about the fact that she will not put her name on something that is not the absolute best for us. But who would put so much hard work into something that's dedicated to her subscribers? I just think that is the most amazing thing that anybody could do. And I definitely respect her so much for that. But, I mean, everything about this palette, the only thing I will say is I wish it wasn't white. There's a train passing. I guess I'll wait. Okay, I think it went away. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's railroad tracks right in my backyard. Yay. I guess I'll wait. The only thing I will say about this palette that I don't absolutely love is the fact that it is white. And I mean, I know the look of it is beautiful, and she clearly wanted this to have this effect, and she is just a very bright white person. She loves white and silver and stuff like that, but it's just getting so dirty. I already have fingerprints all over it. I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, I already have fingerprint smudges all over it. I mean, I've definitely seen people's that are way dirtier than mine, but that is because I am trying so hard to keep this as clean as I possibly can, and it's just not really working. But yes, I have not been able to put this bad boy down. As you can tell, this is definitely nothing like the look that I did in my previous video. But that is because there are so many different looks that you can do with this palette. I'm just going to show you guys one more time because I'm just in love. It needs its own shot. It needs its own shot. How beautiful is this thing? I mean, there are just endless possibilities to this palette, and that's, I think, why I love it so much. And because it's Jaclyn's, because, I mean, let's be honest, she could invent, I mean, she could literally come out with her own brand of paper clips and I would buy them. Like, that's just how I feel about her. So guys, that completes my July favorites. I'm sorry that there wasn't a lot to talk about, but if you guys watched my video of why I had been gone, you know that I wasn't dabbling in makeup and I wasn't really leaving the house. So I really didn't have a lot to talk about. This is just out of those months. July, I was definitely getting back into the swing of things. So yeah, this is what I had for my July favorites. This is everything that I have been loving. If you guys saw something that you've been loving or something that you think I should try out, because I would love, definitely leave that in the comments, because I would love to read what you guys have to say and what you guys have been loving for July. So yeah, I hope you guys loved this video, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye.